Welcome everyone to the Everything Show episode 232. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Greetings, everyone.
What's up, Mongo?
How we doing?
All right, so I saw some pictures of The Undertaker. What's up, Mike T? I saw some pictures of The Undertaker where he looked like 20 years older than he ever did, or 30 years older. Like, what the hell happened? He lost at WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he hasn't been back?
No.
He
So,
hasn't.
Hold on a second. Let me just see. So, he just can't come back at all? Or, I mean, I don't understand.
No. The thing with the thing that happens with the Undertaker, and this seems to happen every year, around different times, is that there are reports that come out that say he's hurt, he's not coming back, this, that, and the other thing, but then he winds up showing up. As far as I know, he's been down to NXT, which is their developmental system in Florida.
Okay.
And he's been helping out down there a few times because he likes to work with the younger talent. That's been noted in the past.
Okay.
There are rumors right now that he probably isn't going to be at this WrestleMania, but if he is, he's most likely going to fight Bray Wyatt, which I think is a great matchup between those two characters.
Okay.
The Undertaker, I don't think he's going to be back this year. I definitely think that if he can wrestle, he's going to come back for WrestleMania 32. Because WrestleMania 32, if anything that we know about it is true, we know it's going to be in the Cowboy Stadium. And they're looking to make it, I think, the largest WrestleMania ever with the amount of people that they want in the stadium. And there's a whole bunch of rumors of matches that are going to blow the roof off of that stadium.
Yeah.
They're talking about Undertaker versus Sting. They're
Yeah.
talking about Austin coming back for one more match.
It'll probably be like his last retirement match.
Right.
Or something.
And you got to remember all the wrestlers that come from Texas or live in Texas. You got Austin, you got The Undertaker, you got Shawn Michaels, who could be there. Batista wants to have his retirement match against Triple H, apparently. So, I mean, there's going to be they're going to blow the roof off of that place. And by that time, I think Roman Reigns is going to be a really big part of the company.
Oh yeah, like you can tell he's gonna beat Lesnar.
I think he's going to win the Royal Rumble this year, too, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's gonna win the Rumble. He's gonna go on and beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because Lesnar's contract runs out at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah,
and whether he resigns or not is unknown. Because I think he wants to go back to UFC.
But wait a minute, he's not sick, you're saying, Undertaker? It's an act?
No. He's old. He's gotten, he's been drained by professional wrestling, no doubt. But this seems to happen every year where they say he's not coming back, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'll be there.
I know, but Chris, man, come on.
I know.
You're not David. Come on, man. This is how many years of the streak?
Oh, absolutely.
And they ended it. I mean, you can't do that. Like
I
cried.
know.
He's the only reason why I watch wrestling. The Undertaker. The only person is keeping me watching wrestling now is Dean Ambrose. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be watching it because it's gone so downhill. There's no blood. It's PG. I mean, it's like a circus now. It's not.
This is the thing. This is the thing that needs to be remembered by a lot of fans is that just because it's PG doesn't mean that's not the reason that it's not as good as it used to be, because you can have a PG show and still have a really good show. I just think that there's too many writers, and Vince McMahon was on Austin's podcast and he said we have like 20 plus writers, and Austin was like, why do you have so many? That seems like so much of a hassle having that many writers. You can't keep continuity because they micromanage everything. As far as The Undertaker goes, I think he's probably done. And I personally, I'm happy the way the streak ended. I like the way it ended. I think having Lesnar be the one to do it was a really good idea.
But were you a street guy? Were you a street guy? Did you like the street?
Yes, yeah, I did. And the reason I'm glad that Lesnar did it was because in the past, The Undertaker said he wanted Lesnar to do it.
Do you want to do it?
Because they're friends, right?
Well, they sort of. They didn't really get along in the past, apparently, but now I think they're cool because The Undertaker did that whole thing where after Lesnar lost at UFC, he was in the crowd and he looked at me, "You want to do it?" And I was like, "I don't think you should be challenging him." But,
do you think that's what it meant? Do you think that's what it meant?
Yeah. I think it meant, I don't think it meant, "Do you want to end the streak?" But I think he said, "You want to go one more round," because they fought before, and I was just happy that he did it because there were so many people were saying, "Oh, Punk should have done it." You know, Punk doing it would have been a little. And I like CM Punk, but I don't know about him doing it. I'm glad Triple H didn't do it. I mean, I like Triple H, but I don't think he wanted to do it because I think he liked that, as far as I know. But it was Vince McMahon's decision to have it end at WrestleMania 30.
But do you think with the streak? Like, I know what you're saying. If you're gonna have anyone beat you, you would prefer it to be a real UFC fighter.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, people are like, "Hey, you're leaving after WrestleMania, and then what?"
That's Brock Lesnar. That's the way he works. He just doesn't care. He doesn't care about like what we may say. Oh, that's really lame. He's just like, I don't care. I'm getting my money.
He doesn't
I'm
care.
this guy. No one's gonna tell me to my face.
He's out, right? So no, which he wrestles and he leaves.
Yeah.
He only what? How many times this year has he wrestled?
He's
honestly?
wrestled, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and the amount of money he's.
This is the thing about that, though. I think it works really well for his character because he's supposed to be like the ultimate heel who just doesn't care. And him not doing it to me is like, okay, you know, that works.
And they reinvented his character.
But...
Yeah, they reinvented his character. They made him like the next big thing again, which I thought was cool. You
when he buried Cena at SummerSlam, I was shocked. I said that they never do that.
Yeah, he actually suplexed to hell.
16 German suplexes. I have to give Cena credit for that. 16 Brock Lesnar German suplexes.
That's what I say, like Mike D. Imagine Mike doing a suplex to us. He'd kill us.
That's what it was like, yeah.
I went to a table once, and I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was 18 years old, I went to a table, We tried to do the Dudley thing. Yeah.
Oh, 3D.
Yeah.
Now, Mongo, are you a TNA guy, or do you just like WWE?
Oh, everything, man. TNA,
oh, okay.
I gotta say, I got an alliance tamer. That friggin' thing hurts, man.
Yeah.
And if it's done right with the knee to the neck, that shit is painful.
That's Chris Jericho.
That shit is painful, man.
Yeah, that was the Jericho thing for real. Oh my god. You know about that when someone's leaning on your back.
That's like really.
And your mom's next to you and you're going, somebody save me!
Mongo, you should, if you don't already, you should check out NXT on the network.
Yeah, I've been watching a bit of it. It looks really good.
I used to go to their live shows all the time because I live like a half hour from where they do shows.
Really?
Unbelievable stuff.
So you would know about the tag team. I actually really like them. They're like Legion of Doom.
The Ascension.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I met them a few times. They are crazy awesome.
I'm so out of touch with wrestling because back in the day, I used to go to everything. WrestleMania cost me freaking fortune. I went to WrestleMania 10.
Oh, wow.
And I must have spent, back then, I think I spent like hundreds of dollars. And I was like basically a teenager. And I used like all my pay for like weeks to go to that.
Did you get any books from there? Like, did you keep any souvenirs?
The thing was that we could have took the chair that we sat on, but I didn't want to like carry it on the subway and all that. We could have went to the Fan Fest. I just didn't. I would have needed another. I had spent at least over thousands back then because it was just crazy, and I didn't have it. I was working in retail, so.
Yeah.
But I got pictures with people. I think Yokozuna. Who did Yokozuna fight? Bret Hart.
Yokozuna.
And then Bret Hart, Owen Hart. It was like that whole fought like 3 people, I think.
WrestleMania
Bret Hart.
10.
Yeah.
Manga, you see this
So-
picture here when I turn off my camera of me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's when I met Paige there.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that was your
I met Diamond Dallas
girlfriend.
Page. Did you see? Wait, did you see my picture? I finally found the picture of Diamond Dallas Page. Did you see it?
No, we know.
No.
Oh,
Did you get it
crap.
up?
Where did I put that? I had it somewhere. I don't remember where I put it now. Hold on.
Because you said you were gonna find it, and then I thought you'd send it on.
I did find it, but I don't remember now where it is. All right, you talk. Let me look for it.
Because DDP, like, he should have been given more of a run, really. I mean, the way they
Yes.
brought him into WWF was weird, wasn't it? Do you remember how
Yeah,
they
he was
brought him in?
stalking the Undertaker's wife. I
Yeah,
was like, what the hell?
they said, what was it like every week? Oh, I'm at his house and all this, and then one week he just takes off his mask and he's like, it's me, it's DDP.
And you want to know
Yeah.
what the funny thing was? I don't think they ever fought. Like,
No.
like
Did
they
they
were
really
gonna
do
have a
it?
match, and it was like, nah, we're not gonna do that anymore. And it was like, okay.
Well, they kind of crapped on what he did in WCW, didn't they? Really, because
Yeah.
like he was in WCW, he was like taken more seriously than
Oh, he
how
was
he
one
was
of the top
taken.
stars. Yeah.
Yeah. Then in WWE, they just kind of like think about it, he had the Diamond Cutter, then Randy Orton reinvents it, and
Yep.
whose one is better now? Randy Orton does the RKO kind of thing.
Yeah. What do you think of Sting showing up finally?
Now, how does he look? I haven't seen him in ages.
Sting looks, he's just, he's Sting at 50, He looks the
Wow.
same, basically.
I nearly died when he came out. I was like, oh my god, all my neighbours, boy, knocking on my door going, can you keep it down?
Oh shit!
Because it's like 4 a.m. Do you know what?
Well, nobody expected, like, I heard rumors, but I was like, yeah, how many times have we heard
Yeah.
Sting showing up? And then he comes out, and I was like, oh.
Were you not shocked though by the music? It was like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
they didn't use his old theme, but I like this
Why?
new theme, honestly.
But why didn't they do that? Is it copyright or
No,
what
but
is
you
it?
want to know why? Because they used it in the commercial for 2K15,
Yeah,
and then they gave him new music, and I was like, why didn't they just use that
it doesn't
music?
make any sense.
Yeah, they like to screw with people, apparently. I don't know.
If you notice the crowd didn't know at first, and then they were like, "Hey, we know who it's you because you're the only one who wears face paint around here."
I honestly think if they didn't have his face on the Titantron at the time,
No,
everyone would be
no.
like, who's coming out?
Because I thought it was the Wyatt family at first.
Yeah.
The way it did it.
Let me ask you a
like-
question: Is SmackDown still split with Raw, like with
No.
separate championships?
No.
No,
Which
it's one
I
champion.
personally like that because I wasn't a big fan of the. I mean, it was a good
hated
idea.
that.
But the brand
hated
split thing to me, I was just like, why are you having an internal war in one company? I don't get this.
I hated that.
Yeah.
There should have always just been one champion,
Yeah.
one intercontinental champion, one tag team champion, one belt
Team.
for that.
Yeah.
A belt for the female.
Mhm.
The Divas.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And there was a time in wrestling, right,
Yeah.
where the most important title wasn't even the world title, it was the tag team titles. When they had
Yeah.
such good tag teams like the British Bulldogs,
Oh yeah.
they had friggin' Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. They
Oh
had
yeah,
friggin',
good tag team.
they had the friggin' Legion of Doom. They had friggin' Tito Santana and Rick Martel. I mean,
If
they
you
had
love
so many.
Joe,
tag
if you love the Legion of Doom, you want to see what are they called
Demolition.
again?
Check out the Ascension because they're
Yeah.
based off of them, except that they have like this different. They have a different gimmick, but it's very
Yeah.
similar to them, and they're
Very
both really good
similar.
wrestlers. They're just amazing.
I mean, we had the Acolytes. There was so many tag teams like, oh God, what was it? The Hardy Boys. That they just did these high flying maneuvers.
Team
That
3D. Yeah.
That it was just so interesting. The moonsault off the top. I mean, it was so interesting that people didn't. They would rather see the tag team than
TLC
the world
matches.
title. You know, how about when I was there for the ladder matches with Shawn
Yes.
Michaels and Razor Ramon?
That was
Wow.
the first one. Yeah.
Like sick.
That made history.
And Hell in a Cell with
Mankind.
freaking Mick Foley. Yeah, Mankind.
When he got mangled for the Hell in a Cell.
And he almost died.
Yeah, you know, when he went through that table, that wasn't what messed him up. You know what really messed him up? When The Undertaker chokeslammed him through the top of the cage.
Did his tooth go up his nose?
Yeah, when he hit the ground, he got like punctured lungs and stuff. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a bit messed up. Didn't they do like a confidential on that? And he actually said it wasn't planned. Mankind just goes to him at the top of the Hell in a Cell. Throw me off.
Right.
That's crazy.
I remember seeing that. I couldn't believe it. And Terry Funk used to take a beat too.
Terry Funk, man.
He comes in the ring and gets punched by the Undertaker.
That guy is immortal.
But I used to go to ECW, and that was freaking fantastic.
With Paul Heyman.
If you survive an ECW crowd, you should get a medal. Honestly.
Dude, I had in my car, they beat each other with a rubber chicken. We went in the ring after it was over. I got like barbed wire with blood on it, and like a rubber chicken, and all these weapons. And I remember like my dad would want to clean up my car, and he said, what is this? What are you doing? Like, are you killing people? And I had like the barbed wire bat. I know, because what they did was, that was the thing when they chained up Raven and Tommy Dreamer, like smashed his head in with the chair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, God.
So like they let us in the friggin' ring to take whatever we wanted when it was over. It was like, oh my God. It was like so cool. And I'm walking by.
Manager.
And I'm walking by, and like Joey Styles is like right behind me, like chilling, talking.
Oh my God! Oh
yeah,
my
God!
God!
He works for WWE now. I think he runs their website.
Yeah.
But it was just exciting, man. It was.
So why did you?
I took pictures with Taz, Sandman. I got pictures with Sandman. What, am I watch it now?
Yeah, because you seem like a true fan as well.
Dude, I was in the front row on Raw that you got me on camera. I was there when in the front row when Razor Ramon lost to the kid, the 1, 2, 3 kid, that whole thing.
Oh, X-Pac.
Well, he wasn't X-Pac then. It was
1, 2, 3 kid.
But I was heavily into wrestling at one point.
You should go back to it.
In fact, well, you know what? Maybe I will.
You should. Definitely, because we got the Royal Rumble coming
you know what? I can get tickets probably too.
The Royal Rumble's next.
Yeah, where?
Where is it?
It's in Philadelphia.
Oh, how sweet is that?
I remember that because they were going to have a 40-man Royal Rumble, and they were going to get all ECW guys to be the last 10 guys or something like that. Jesus. And then they decided not to do it, and it's back to.
Well, now let me ask you a question. Public Enemy's dead, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And the Dudleys, one of them is dead, right?
No. The Dudleys are still wrestling, actually.
Bubba
original.
Ray. Didn't he do really well in TNA?
Bubba and Devon were in TNA, and I believe they're leaving now. They might take with a grain of salt, be going back to the WWE.
But didn't Bully Ray do really well for himself as a singles competitor?
There was Spike Dudley too.
Spike Dudley doesn't wrestle anymore.
Okay.
I believe he got a broken neck.
Mikey Whipwreck don't wrestle anymore.
Smashed around, that guy did.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer don't wrestle anymore.
Tommy Dreamer wrestles. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer still wrestles.
He's in TNA.
Yeah.
Al Snow doesn't wrestle. Al Snow wrestles.
Yeah, he's with TNA. He's like backstage now, but he can wrestle every now and then.
Stevie Richards doesn't wrestle, right?
No, I don't think he wrestles anymore.
Not anymore.
And what about 911? That guy that was 911, and then it was also he used to chokeslam people.
I don't know, actually. I know who you're talking about.
Van Dam and Sabu.
Van Dam still wrestles.
Oh, Van Dam. Oh,
Rob Van Dam shows up with WWE every now and then. He doesn't win a lot, but he's there to put younger guys over, which I think is cool.
He's just Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
He's cool. He's still going. Paul Heyman. You would know Paul Heyman. He's in WWE.
Yeah, he's Lesnar's manager.
Yeah.
Of course, he's always the business manager, though.
Yeah.
Yep. He was with CM Punk
So
for a
was-
long time, too.
But now CM Punk is where? UFC?
Yeah, he left to go to UFC.
Yeah. He
All right.
bounced.
All right,
guess-
we're gonna change the topic.
All right, one
We're gonna
second.
change the topic from
Alright.
wrestling. Yeah.
You know CM Punk, isn't he doing DC Comics as well?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thought so. Go ahead, Joe. No,
Okay.
keep changing
I
it.
want to change the topic to what it was originally going to be. So I thought we were going to have a special guest coming here that was a wrestling fanatic, but that didn't happen. So, want to talk. The main topic was supposed to be this everything show, which I'm glad we did the wrestling, but is the interview. Now, the whole situation where Sony was hacked by Kim Jong-un's people in North Korea because he did not want the movie released. Okay, they scrapped releasing the interview out of fear. Okay, not only did they scrap it, but before they scrapped it, the movie companies got scared and wouldn't carry it. So Sony was forced to scrap the release. Now it's getting ridiculous because Paramount has says, well, if you're not going to release the interview, we're going to re-release Team America World Police. And then they got threatened, Paramount Pictures, and they got scared, and they're not releasing Team America, re-releasing. Then there was a Steve Carell movie about North Korea. They're scrapping that movie. So now the actors that was part of the hack that Korea got their Social Security numbers, they're flipping out because they're like, wait a minute, what is the government doing that our Social Security numbers were hacked by North Korea? Like, what are you going to do, Mr. President? Because this is like a big deal. It's not just a little deal.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some massive stuff coming. But I want to know what your take is on it, Chris. I mean, do you feel that these movie companies are a bunch of cowards, that they won't release this movie?
Well, this is what I've thought, and I've said one of these things from the beginning. But in my opinion, I think they should release the movie.
Okay.
Just because I think they should release it and say, you know, go see it. You know, if you want to go see it, go see it. It's just a movie. You know, go and enjoy it if you want. If you don't want to go see it, don't go see it. But I also think that there's something that needs to be said. I don't understand why they decided to make this movie like this. And
Right.
in my opinion, if you're gonna make a movie about, you know, potentially, and I think in the movie they do succeed in assassinating a foreign dictator, why are you using North Korea? I understand that there's a big thing around North Korea that we view them in this country a certain way.
But it doesn't matter. It's freedom of speech, though, right? I mean,
I get
they
that,
did
but
it in America.
I
Who
think
cares?
that just because you have the right to freedom of speech doesn't mean that you need to be doing things like this. Because imagine how we would feel if a foreign country made a movie about killing Obama. You know what I'm saying?
No, but they made fun of George Bush when he was the president, and nobody gave a crap.
Well, who
So-
didn't make fun of George Bush when he was president? I mean,
But I'm just saying, like, it's just, you know,
yeah.
I just think that my take on it is that I feel that we're a bunch of wimps over here, that we're allowing a bully to threaten us into changing our whole way of life. So we don't release movies now because somebody says something. So we don't release, like, I mean, are you kidding me? And the government has to do something massive about this. This is not a little deal. I mean, you're talking big information, confidential, where people live, their address, their banks, everything was leaked and hacked.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal. And these people that are rich, like Angelina Jolie, I'm sure it's going to be going to President Obama and is like, you better do something before we do something. Like, before we say that you're not doing nothing. You know, 'cause it's a national security. It's a national security issue. If you could hack into Sony Pictures, you can hack into the White House. Like, don't tell me you can't. That's ridiculous. So there's gonna be like a war from this. There's gonna be an attack or something. Like, I mean, somebody's gonna do something because you can't have this. This is the first cyber war, and we lost. We lost.
Well,
we had
I mean,
our asses handed to us.
This is my thing about that, though. That's the first cyber war that we know of. I'm pretty sure there's probably been other ones that we don't know about, but I agree with you saying if they can hack into Sony, what can't they hack into is the
Right.
question. Like because they can probably hack into everything else. But in my mind though, and this was just me, way back when I first heard about this movie, I said if you want to make a movie like this, do it subtly. Don't go out there and be like, oh yeah, it's Kim Jong-un in this movie that we're gonna assassinate in this movie. Because I think that, to me, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, why are you using a real-world leader? Why don't you just make one up? That's what a lot of other movies do. And you can do it subtly. You can leave references to this individual in this movie with your made-up character. So people are like, oh, they're talking about so-and-so.
Yeah, true. You kind of...
I don't. They did it already with his father, Team America World Police, and he didn't, like, go to kill anybody. He was a sport about it, but I mean, like, actually, he liked movies.
Yeah, he did. He was a James Bond fan, apparently.
So, I mean, his son just doesn't have a tolerance for that, obviously. But it's going to blow up in their face, I'm telling you.
Yeah, this further isolates. I mean, they're already the most isolated regime, I think, in the world, if I'm correct. So.
Now, Mike D, what is your take on this whole thing about America getting hacked, like with Sony Pictures, and our government so far has not done anything yet?
I don't know too much about the whole situation, but I think it's kind of funny that Charlie Chaplin many years ago did a movie where he played the great dictator, where he was making fun at Hitler, and they played that and had no issue with that. So,
well, the situation that we have now is that because North Korea threatened us, they didn't release a movie, which is absurd. And they hacked into all these actors' personal information, which is a threat to national security. And all these movies companies are running tail like scared cowards. And they're questioning every movie they're about to make to see if it's going to offend North Korea. So, like, why are we doing this all of a sudden? Like, I don't know. I mean, they made a movie about Saddam Hussein. They made movies about, Bin Laden. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is here. Do you think anything's wrong with this picture?
Well, I haven't seen the film, but I mean, it's kind of odd that right now, like at the 0 hour, when they're about to release the film, all of a sudden, like, there's this big hoopla about this big controversy about, should we release it or not or whatever.
Well, this has been going on way before, when it was counting down to coming out. North Korea threatened the United States, and they said, if you release this movie, we're going to bomb you, like 9/11. And we ignored it, which is fine. And then they hacked Sony and screwed up the whole company and released all their plans for the whole couple of years, released scripts, everything. I mean, they massacred Sony. Okay? So now they feel that they're so powerful they can hack anybody. And these people are just scared, like these movie companies. They says if any movie company carries it, they're going to bomb the movie theaters. The movie theaters got scared. They said, Sony, we're not releasing your movie. So, of course, then Sony says, we're not releasing it at all. Just video on demand it's going to be. And then other movies were trying to capitalize and make money off of this, saying we're going to release Team America World Police, which was about killing his father. They
Yes.
were puppets.
Yeah.
And they got scared and pulled out. And then the other movie with Steve Carell, they're not even going to make it. So, like, how far is this going to happen? And then everybody is looking towards our government to see what are they going to do.
Well, the thing is, like, follow the money. Wherever the money goes, that's where things end. So if the money dictates, the ends to justify the means, they're going to release it. If not, then they won't.
They're not releasing the movie. Period.
Well, you know what's another worry that I had heard about this too, and I thought, even though there was a slim chance of it happening, it is something that they still need to consider. Is not so much an attack directly from North Korea, but somebody in the country who sympathizes with them. Because all you need is one person being like, oh yeah, they're right, and then taking matters into their own hands. Look what happened with The Dark Knight Rises a few years ago.
Kids got killed going to see a Batman movie.
Exactly. So imagine if 2 or 3 people who sympathize with North Korea get it into their head that, like, oh, this is an act of war, and they decide to take it upon themselves to go into a theater with a semi-automatic weapon and just start unloading on everybody who went to see the movie.
You don't know. You could be going to get a bagel or something.
Yeah.
You're going to get a bagel or going to get a lotto ticket, and these people
you can't really do
shops,
anything without worrying about
it
stuff
could
like
it could be over because they could be everywhere. I mean, America's made up of every single friggin' race there is.
And it's not even just America anymore. It's all over the world,
New World Order.
Yeah.
Next
So,
one.
Eh?
so I don't know, man. I just think that this is a bad move on our part because it shows the weakness. I mean, everybody is making fun of the movie companies, the theaters. Like, all actors are like ripping them to shreds.
Yeah.
Like, and
Weird,
they don't even give a crap. They're ripping it to shreds.
They should have just allowed the movie. Like, I don't understand.
I think
But even if it was bad, we should have just released it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably going to make money on video on demand. Like, when I get
Now it will,
Fios,
yeah. Because
I'm
you
gonna
tell
order
people
it
not to
on
do
that.
something, you tell a mass population not to do something, and what's the one thing they're going to do?
they're going to watch. I'm
The
going to
opposite.
if I get Fios on Saturday, and that's on there, I'm ordering that on Saturday. I definitely want to see it. Because I was going to go see me and Sharon were going to go see the movie anyway. So.
Will Paddington Bear be okay?
Huh?
Will Paddington Bear be
Paddington
okay?
Bear is promoted all over Times Square and in the Port Authority. There's like
Dying to see
I didn't even know that was coming out till yesterday. I went to see The Hobbit and saw the trailer, and I was like,
I knew that was coming out since the spring because they had a poster up, and it says Paddington Bear and it says Peter Capaldi. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, I want
and this
to
was
see
before he even was a doctor and stuff. It was like crazy. So before it was even the doctor, it was all there.
What's that as well? Woman in Black too. Is it?
I didn't even see Women in Black once.
yeah, the Woman in Black one to me, I didn't like that. I didn't think it was scary at all.
Number 2 looks a bit more insane. The trailer to it looks really good.
Yeah.
And the big news today, we're 1 year away from Episode 7.
I know. Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
Can't freaking wait, bro.
What do you guys think the plot is for Terminator? Does anyone really know?
Do we know the plot for Terminator?
I think we know some pieces of it, but we don't know the whole.
The whole plot for Terminator is John Connor sends Reese back, right, to protect his mother. Shit goes sour in the future that he has to send another robot back before he sends Reese. So that alters the whole entire timeline that they're in.
Yeah.
And also may prevent his birth, too. So, like, she is now a warrior at a teenage level. And they prevented the Terminator from Terminator 1. They prevented the Terminator from Terminator 2. So it's make sure 1, 2, and 3.
And what about Liquidizer? Is it the one? Is
Well,
Liquidizer?
that's the 2.
Is he? But is he? You know the Liquidizer man. Is he the
Yeah,
one?
second.
Yeah. Is he supposed to be the same Liquidizer that we saw?
No,
in
it's a different one now. It's something.
Oh, he's another one again.
But the timeline's changed.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was going to be a Liquidizer from before he got killed in the lava. Do you remember?
Yeah, but this is the timeline's changed now, which is a
Oh,
trilogy.
so
by the
everything
way.
changes.
Yes.
Okay, and does that mean, is that why Arnold was carrying a little girl, and that little girl was Sarah?
Right.
Yeah, I would assume that's who it was.
What I would think would happen, right, is if the future they were losing, right, that John Connor and his whole group would go back to the past because it's going to change anyway and fix the past. So that way the future is totally different.
But here's an interesting thing. I thought Sarah was meant to have died of cancer and her weapons were buried in her will.
That was in Terminator 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gone.
That never happened.
It could
So she
be.
never-
I mean, it
No,
could
it's-
still happen, but I doubt it's going to now.
Well,
Does
they
she
never
never
said
have
she
an
was dead at all.
illness?
They never said she was dead anyway.
Eh?
They never proved that she died. It was just a
Yeah,
corpse.
true. It was just weapons. Yeah. There was
Well,
no
I mean,
body.
the T-850 did say that she was cremated.
Yeah, but I guess it was kind of left open.
But the TV show, they altered the timeline as well because they brought her into the future.
Yeah.
What I thought was really cool about the third Terminator was the Doctor came back in it. Do you remember when he was sitting down at the ambulance and he was like, and Arnold turns around with the coffin.
Oh, yeah, the psychiatrist. Yeah.
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 He's like, no, not him
When you
again.
said the doctor, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, yeah.
The Doctor.
Because I could see Capaldi walking up to Skynet and being
Yeah.
like, you know,
I should not have said the Doctor.
find
Yeah.
a way to coexist or I'll download you into a Dalek and just send you out into space.
All right. On that note, I think we're going to end this one, and we could do a real movie if you want.
Sounds good.
If not, yeah. Okay. So you ready? Okay. Let's do real movies. All right. Take care. Bye for now.